YouTube, what's going on, man? CJ checking in. We back with another video, man. Today is Friday, dog. It's a great Friday, man. God bless y'all, man. I hope y'all keeping God first. God with me, man. I feel great, man. Yeah, bro. I had to update my laptop, bro, cause my camera, dog. Not the camera, but my QuickTime player wasn't working, so I had to update my laptop, bro, so I can record. Every time I try to record, it'll stop like instantly. So yeah, bro, I couldn't get nothing off. But today, bro, we back with it, dog. I don't know what was going on, because when I was recording the Absolute Batman video with Ivy, it played, and then it stopped, like, during the end. So I don't know if it's going to do that today, but if it do, I'm just have to make a video on that and let y'all know and put that on my Instagram, bro. But today, man, we reacting to some strong, successful male. Shout out to SSM, man. And today we got that young husband opens Pandora's box on wife's phone. Now her spell is broken and it's time for a divorce. Today gonna be a great video, man. Today gonna be very entertaining, man. I got my tuna, the crackers. So let's get into this shit, man. Let's do it.
Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male.
Strong Successful Male.
So for today, we were an email that was sent from a subscriber. As for my guy, he's 23 years old. He's from, not the United States, I think somewhere in Europe. And he shares his story, how he made the colossal mistake at 18 years old and getting involved with a gal who definitely was high on the hot crazy scale. Clearly the best looking girl ever paid attention to him, and he got roped in, and good lord, it turned into an absolute disaster. And our guy here is now going through a divorce with her. He's been married to her about a year, and it's a big giant mess. However, our guy is finally away from her. He's done with her, learning his lesson, and he's writing in to share his experience, obviously what not to do, which again takes guts because he makes a lot of mistakes. And this is an excellent story to make the point, guys, about the hot crazy scale. You can't turn a HO into a housewife. If you see a gal who physically, and I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but a lot of times you can, has attributes like the colored hair, and maybe he's on a whole bunch of crazy medication and all these other things, and things about her, not good to get in a relationship. Let her be some other sucker white knight's problem, because you don't need it. And I can't stress enough, the other part of the story is, if you're in a relationship or with anybody, any relationship, and the person is treating you like crap, for God's sakes, end the relationship. Don't keep trying with that person. Don't think you can change them. Don't think that if you just try harder and be nicer and be giving, that they'll love you more. Wrong. They're going to have no respect for you and treat you worse. And this situation is no different. So while there's a lot of mistakes, our guy is young and made a lot of mistakes guys make when they're young. He does, at the end of the tale, he is in a better place and moving on. And that's all where guys can be, and y'all can learn from this. So he says, hello SSM. I've been watching your videos for quite some time now, and at first, I really didn't want to send in my story. But I realized it could be a useful cautionary tale of sorts for the community. English is not my first language, and I'm sorry for any mistakes. Bro, writing in takes guts. Okay, any of you guys that wrote in and sent me your story, that takes guts. And you know what's going to happen. You know you made mistakes. You know you're going to get smacked by me and poke fun at in the comment section, whatever. But it takes guts, and I appreciate that.
Bro,
and you're going to learn from this no matter what. And you are helping.
I can send SSM a story, bro. Like, I can send SSM my story, my past relationship, boy. SSM would be smacking this shit out of me the whole video, bro.
Other guys out there. So all you guys out there, I encourage you to do this, and I respect anybody, no matter how bad their story is, send their stuff in. People will learn from your story. Well, this all started in 2021. I just turned 18 years old and got my first job out of school. I was looking good and making a reasonable amount of money for the time, and needless to say, I was having lots of fun with the girls. Well, sounds like a typical 18-year-old. What you should have been doing is focusing on your future, your purpose, not girls. Well, that was until October. I met this really good-looking girl. We can call her Christine. Not her real name, of course. She was about my age, just a little shorter than me, and had that alternative girl style. I met her at the mall and immediately got her Instagram. She was by far the best-looking girl that had ever given me any chances. We can all see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
The best looking girl ever that showed interest in him.
He finna be down
and he's
bad.
immediately going to fall in love with her and get pee-whipped.
Yep.
But we started to talk and eventually set up a date. In this first date, we went out for drinks. Yes, in my country, you don't need to be 21 years old to drink. We drank a lot, talked a lot, and in the end, I was so drunk, I couldn't really remember too well to the next day. But as it turned out, I asked her to be my girlfriend in the first date. Smack!
I can't say too much on this video because I gotta go somewhere in a little bit, around 1, and it's 12:40. So, but yeah, bro, he gonna get P-whipped. The best girl to ever show him attention. Yeah, bro, he finna let his guard down, give his respect up because she's so pretty. He don't want to lose her because she's so pretty. He finna give up everything, lose his backbone, give up his respect, lose the respect, all that shit. He finna let her walk all over him. Watch.
If you're drunk or not, you should have in a drunken state known to never do that. First date, yeah, you were looking at how hot she is and imagining banging her every which way till Sunday, and no, it's a terrible idea. You don't even know her, for God's sakes. And that's communicating to her, shit, this dude's really into me. I can now pee-whip him. And she'll be right about that. Well, she accepted, and it was the start of a 4-year-long relationship. Since the very beginning, I knew she was crazy. She had to take a lot of psychiatric drugs, had colored hair, and loved to complain about everything.
Hell no.
I know it sounds really stupid, but she was smoking hot. And I thought I could change her. Smack! Bowen head. You can't change a girl any more than a girl can change a guy.
Right.
Well, no, a girl can control a guy. She can pee-whip a guy. The better looking the girl, the more she can do it, as you're about to see with this guy's situation. You're not going to change her. Psychiatric drugs,
I can change her.
Crazy, colored hair, that's friends with benefits. That's hookup. You can't turn an HO into a housewife, and you're going to see that's what she is. But our guy was young. Remember this, 18 years old. He doesn't know any better.
Right.
You know, we've all been young and dumb too, guys.
Mm-hmm.
The first few months, things went surprisingly well, given the circumstances. I met her parents, she met mine, and we saw each other every day. The first major fight we had was approximately at month number 7. I want to stop there. What did he just say a moment ago? We saw each other every day. That's what guys that have no fucking life do. That's what guys that are so into their girl and make their girlfriend their wives. Bad idea. Why aren't you hanging out with any bros? Why aren't you going to the gym or doing some hobby or interest? Or school or your job or something?
Be busy.
You can't be with her every day. You're like a little puppy dog.
Right.
And watch what happens when a woman thinks her guy's her little puppy dog. She treats him like crap.
Mm-hmm. Find something to do,
Well, we've been hitting the gym together. You go to the gym with your girlfriend, smack. That's guy time, dude. No, bad idea. We've been going to the gym together for some time at this point. But one day during our training, I saw a suspicious message on her phone. I demanded her phone. She refused to give it to me, so I just said, okay, and walked out of the gym, leaving her alone. Well, that was actually a good move.
Oh, okay.
Instead
Oh,
of
well,
getting a big
all right.
drama fest in the gym.
Bro, I reacted
Walk
too fast.
Well, she followed me and started to call me insecure and controlling and all that stuff. No Bag Handbook, Chapter 18.
Exactly.
Eventually, after a long argument, she folded and let me look at her phone. She was messaging a guy that used to be her classmate, and she was messaging him constantly. But since the messages were not too condemning, I let it slide and didn't make a big deal of it. Smack! Didn't make a big deal. You just told her, you just communicated to her, oh, she can talk to other guys.
No cap.
And there will be no consequences.
No cap.
Well, let me guess. Because she was so hot and the best looking girl that ever paid attention to you, you let it slide. Do you think she gained more respect from you by the way you handle that, or less respect?
Less.
Less respect. And when a woman doesn't respect a guy, it doesn't go well for him. You should have broken up with her, right? You shouldn't even made her your girlfriend, given your description of her.
Right.
But again, he's young. He has to learn.
Should have just been
and
piping.
who does he learn? Well, either way, eventually she said she was so sorry and would block him to make me feel better, and agreed to let me check her phone anytime I wanted. And I really did. Almost every time we saw each other, for a long time, there was no men to see in there. So every time you saw her, like, phone, and you went through it, okay, we can hook up now. I'll take you to dinner. Basically being her warden. That's not a good situation.
Right.
How do you know she doesn't have a second phone?
Right.
How do you know she doesn't have apps you're not aware of that she's communicating with other guys? Well, it all went downhill from there. Christine, for the whole rest of our relationship, bitched and moaned incessantly about everything I did or did not do. In 2022, I served in the Army. In my country, you need to apply. If selected, you are obligated to serve at least 1 year.
She definitely was going crazy.
She would call me and think that I was cheating on her every time I went on any mission, training, or any Army-related duties.
She was going crazy.
That's projecting.
Exactly.
Guarantee she's cheating on. Well, I know she's cheating on you, and she's putting it on you.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, by the way, remember you said she spent the rest of the relationship bitching and moaning about everything? I'm not going to touch that one. She was so jealous, I couldn't even breathe the same air as any woman that wasn't her or her mother. Again, I need to point out that she was absolutely crazy hot. Yeah, we got that, amigo.
Bro, and I can relate to that. Bro, back in my past, she'd be so jealous of other females, bro. Of me talking to other girls, but she getting smashed by other dudes. But you so jealous. You want to fight other girls that I may know, and you don't want me talking to other girls. You want to go through my phone. You want me to block that girl, this girl. And they do that, bro. That's how you know they're cheating, and that's how you know they're insecure, bro.
Still, I put up with all her BS every single time. When my year in the Army ended, I had the opportunity to stay for better pay for 1 more year. I really wanted to, but she demanded I leave and found a real job, so I did. Smack.
What?
You're letting her dictate what you do. She's your fucking piece of ass girlfriend for like a year or so, maybe 2 years at this point. Big deal. You mentioned you got other girls before, but obviously she's really hot. Come on, brother. I know you sort of know this now, but for all the guys watching this, don't be like this. If you want to continue on in the Army, great. Then you should have continued on. Say tough shit. I guarantee if you would have turned her down, you said she's going to bitch and complain no matter what you do. So you might as well at least do what you want to do. She'll respect you a little bit about that. She lost more respect by you caving like that.
No cap.
Well, when I left the Army, I was still head over heels for her. No shit. And would really do anything for her. The more I showed it, the more she used me as a doormat.
Uh-huh.
Treat her like a queen, she'll treat you like a peasant. Treat her like a celebrity, she'll treat you like a fan right there.
Mm-hmm.
She would command every aspect of my life, my job, my clothes, my friends, etc. And yet each time I complied, she became more demanding and less loving towards me. See? Because you're a pushover, you're a doormat. Women don't respect guys that behave like that. I guarantee you the guys that she hooks up with behind your back
don't take her shit.
Didn't do any of that.
Right. And they
self-respect. A man must have self-respect and march to the beat of his own drum.
Mm-hmm.
And she's along for the ride, not you along the ride for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what kept me hooked on her was the sex. All the time, almost every day, and sometimes a lot of times per day. I'm kind of surprised at that, unless there's something else going on. What I did not know is that, surprise, surprise, she stopped taking birth control. So obviously, she got pregnant in early 2023. That's why she wants to hook up with you all the time, because she's hooking up with other guys, and that way she'd be like, well, it's your kid, if she got pregnant. When she found out she was pregnant, she freaked out and wanted to get rid of it. I assured her that I would take care of us, and eventually she agreed to have the baby. Well, SSM, I come from a very religious family, so we had to get married. Are you nuts? Smack, I don't care what your religion is. This is the worst possible idea to marry a girl like this. What do you think your marriage is going to be any better? We got married in the church, full ceremony, vows, rings, and all that. I'm surprised she didn't ignite on fire the second she walked in the holy building. Well, me and Christine moved into an apartment with our son. The apartment was in her mother's name, and at this point, I was working as a car salesman and was earning enough for the three of us, so she didn't work or study. She was a full-time mom. In my mind, that was perfect. As annoying as she was, I had made it. Nice job, beautiful wife, and a healthy son. Yeah, on the outside it looks great, but she treats you like dog shit. No, you did not make it. That's a terrible situation. And I gotta say it, young brother, how do you know that's your child, given what I know and how she treats you? I hope the kid is yours. I really do, because I know you'll be heartbroken if the child is not yours. Well, I was wrong. By the instant we got married, the SCX stopped, and she wouldn't do any housework. So much for the perfect life, huh? At first, I got it because of the baby, but when the baby turned 6 months old and was already sleeping all night in his room, I started to try to initiate. What in the beginning was an all-you-can-eat buffet turned into the most selective, exclusive restaurant you could possibly imagine. She started demanding to court her for sex.
What?
I had to be worthy of it. As I was working my...
I was popping you before we even got married. What you mean court now that we married, girl? You about to... What?
Cooking and cleaning the house was just my job. And in her mind, her job was just to take care of the baby and stay pretty. We had sex a couple times a month, but it was nothing, and I mean nothing compared to what it was.
I'm not going like that.
Bare minimum. She just laid there, spread them, and she's probably on her goddamn phone when you were,
That's ridiculous.
And the fights got way worse. She would scream at me, hit me for anything I did. Her jealousy was over the roof. At one point, she was jealous of me talking to my own sister, for God's sake.
What? But you don't want to give me no cat.
Scale.
You don't want to give me no.
You kept putting up with it. Guys, if there's anything you take out of this video, aside from don't marry crazy, right. Don't get involved with crazy.
And it's not about him. I'm not saying that because he's talking to his sister. But you don't want me talking to no girl. But you don't want to give me no coochie, babe. You don't get the hell out of my face.
Hot crazy scale. It's amazing. But guys, if you act like a bitch, they're gonna treat you like one. Have self-respect. She was also She was also leaning way more towards the crazy side by then. She threw temper tantrums like a child and even broke a very expensive wine bottle that I had bought for a special occasion and threatened to cut me with the shards. Just because I was tired that night and not giving her the princess treatment she claimed she deserved. Dude, it's one thing of her just being an a-hole to you. It's another thing with her hitting you and breaking bottles and threatening to harm you with that. This is a terrible environment for you and also your child.
Your child, exactly.
Hopefully it's your child.
Hopefully.
You should be getting the hell out of there. But I guarantee you she'd find a way to blame it on you.
Exactly.
Somehow I was still in love. Divorce didn't even cross my mind. Smack. Are you losing it? You weren't in love with her. You were attached to her. There's a big freaking difference. In my head, it was just a postpartum hormones, and it would all level out eventually.
No.
Yeah, we'll see about that. No, dude, it's always getting worse.
Exactly. What a freak.
Well, fast forward to the middle of 2025. At this point, I was working way more hours, and she had a lot more free time. Our son is already old enough to not need her as much attention. Even still, I did all the housework and outside work.
What?
Smack. Dude, where's your self-respect? You won't lay down the law because she knows that, or she knows you're not going to lay down the law, so she keeps, Does she act like she loved you? No.
You're going to do something, you got to go.
Needless to say, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
She, on the other hand, was bored. In the very end, I was going out to work before she woke up and getting back home to an empty house. Empty house? Where was she? Christine, in the last 6 months of our relationship, had dinner at her mom's house, just one block over. She argued that I was getting home late. She had to go to her mom's house to have dinner with our son, so he would eat the proper time. She was also looking for a job, even though she never really wanted or needed one. Needless to say, at that point, I was practically sexless. Again, I put up with it. Smack. My shoulder's getting sore, dude. It was chest day a couple days ago, and I could start really feeling it here. I was recuperating from chest day, and now my shoulder, which participates in chest day, is getting fucking sore again. For God's sakes, man. What a wonderful situation. I know you were young. I know you were very young. Probably had a very good role model. It's not working. This is one time to cut your losses and move on, for heaven's sake. Again, I'm doing this.
And not to cut him off, but you might also have a role model in your life. You might do have a good role model in your life, but bro, sometimes when you get there, bro, like bro, when you're in a situation, when you're hooked, you're just hooked, bro. And you gotta learn, you gotta get tired, and you gotta leave. This is what it is, bro.
Other guys learn from your mistakes, and it took balls to write into me. I appreciate it. Well, one day, 2 weeks before my birthday, I woke up at night to her phone buzzing. I picked it up, and it was WhatsApp message from a number that was not in her contacts. It was from a guy, and it was very, very dirty. This repulsed me, and that night I looked through her whole phone, but found little evidence of anything. Obviously, she was deleting the messages. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I decided to be sneaky about it. The next day, I went home for lunch and surprised her. I would normally make food at night and freeze it so she could have lunch. As we ate, I made up a story saying that someone sent me screenshots of an Instagram of a man talking with her. She froze. It took her about a minute before she said anything. She said, "It's obviously fake. You have access to my phone. How could you be so stupid as to think this is real?" She then told me to block whoever sent me this. Well, my attempt at uncovering anything at point had failed. So at night, I looked through her phone again as she slept. I really dug into it, but I really didn't find anything. Yeah, because now she was covering her tracks. You completely fell for that. Well, I was getting really stressed with this. Well, I'm getting stressed just hearing your story, brother.
I'm getting lucky irritated.
So I started to pressure her more and more. Eventually, in a day or two of pressure, she gave in. I remember the look on her face. It was terrifying at the time. She just sighed and said, "Look, I promise I'm not talking to anybody, but I want a divorce." Oh, I bet you she's talking to somebody. She's talking to your replacement, a guy that can pay for her.
Right. That's crazy.
You should be celebrating she wants a divorce.
Exactly.
Thank God. Because you aren't man enough and smart enough to get rid of her. She's getting rid of you finally. She probably thought, shit, how much do I have to do to get this guy to break up with me? Because she doesn't want to be the cause of the divorce. She wants to blame it on you.
But why get married, though, if you don't want to be with him? That's stupid.
But finally, she's like, fuck, I'm going to divorce. It was catastrophic. My world crumbled down. Dude, you should have been doing cartwheels. You should have been lighting off fireworks in the backyard at this wonderful occasion.
Backflips.
I cried, I begged, and I pleaded almost all night. Oh, God. Smack, smack. Why? Because you had an attachment to her. Don't tell me you're in love with her. You were attached to her.
Smack, smack.
She would not agree to stay with me or explain anything. The next day, I got my stuff and moved back to my dad's house. I suspected she was cheating, but I couldn't prove it or make any sense of the whole situation, really. I did everything for her. That's why she's treating you like shit and cheating.
Exactly, bro.
In the next few months, we stayed separate. My son would stay with her for a week and with me the next week.
I gotta clip that.
Sometime in this time frame, she started to invite me over. All of a sudden, she wanted to have sex with me all over again. It was really weird and unexpected, but as I didn't get any for a long time, I went with it. Smack! She knew what she was doing. She's trying to rope you in with the love, and either she's sleeping with another guy worried she's going to get pregnant again, so she needs to sleep with you to blame it on you, or who knows, maybe she's realizing, I need this guy to pay the bill, so I got to rope him back in. And she knows how to rope you back in the same way she got you in the first place, through her body, through the sex. See, guys, what happens when we let the head down south do all the thinking? One day, as we were finishing banging our brains out, despite being exes at that point, I decided to look again through her phone. I wait for her to sleep and take a good look through it. And I found it, SSM. Christine's phone was like a gay strip club full of naked jack dudes. Shocker. Yeah, and I'm sure some of them were banging her as well.
Smashing.
It was impressive, really. She was sending
crazy.
dudes, sexting, and dating multiple guys. That's why she's hooking up with you, because at any time she can get pregnant with one of their babies and wants to have you think it's your kid so you can pay for it. The message that really broke me was that same unsaved contact number guy from before. She sent him saying, "I'm free, officially single." Then a picture with hands breaking shackles. He replied, "Aw, what a bummer. I would love to sneak around a little longer." The chatter Tyrone she's hooking up with was enjoying banging a married chick. That's the scumbag she was with. The moment I read this, I just turned off her phone, got up from the bed, took the elevator, went down out of the building, and called one of my bros. He knew the whole situation from before and was not surprised at all when I told him the details. See, your buddies know about her.
Exactly. They know
I bet your friends are probably telling you all along. She's bad news.
And one thing about this, bro. Y'all don't. It don't. How can I say this, bro? She ain't shit, bro, and never will be. Nobody's gonna take her serious. So don't feel no type of way or think you shouldn't feel no type of way losing her. Like, she gonna be what she is, bro. Like, y'all boys don't worry about that shit. Like, it is what it is. Like, nobody want that shit for real, bro.
I got on my bike and went out for a beer and cognac. I drank a lot, cried a lot, even vented to a homeless guy at the end of the night.
What?
I left my motorcycle at my friend's place and went home by foot. Well, it took about 2 months for me to stop crying every day like a bitch about the whole situation. At least you can admit you were being a bitch. You had to get it out of your system.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm convinced that your attachment to her isn't really about her. It's about probably you didn't get that kind of love growing up from your family, and you put it all on her, hoping to get it from her. And by trying so hard and rushing things because of her physical beauty, not inner beauty, picked the wrong person, and look what happened.
I think it was sex.
I'm not really sad about her leaving me, but sad about how much I let myself take and how much I did for a woman that obviously was not worth it at all.
Exactly.
Your videos really helped me survive this whole process. Good. I'm glad. Obviously, you found me after things really started going bad. Because if you found me before, no way would you gotten involved with a woman like this or stayed with her. Well, since that day, I never talked to Christine about anything except our child. I never accepted her late-night phone calls or anything like that. Good, brother. I'm sure it was tempting. I guess you hit rock bottom, and you saw her finally for who she is, or what she is. She's an it.
Down low, dirty bum. Scallywag thought. That's what she is. No good. Don't lose your mind over no shit like that. Don't get upset and lose yourself over nothing like that. Like, no. Hell no.
She's a disgusting creature. She's a fucking Jezebel.
Yeah.
I was so obsessed with her, but after what I saw, she became nothing, absolutely worthless to me. I treat her as cordially as possible when we need to talk, but that is it. I know I had it coming. I know anybody could see that the ending from a mile away, but I was too fucking stupid to realize it. Yes, you were, but also you're really young and inexperienced. There aren't many guys here listening to this video, including me, that didn't do a lot of dumbass shit when we were your age. Trust me, I did plenty. And I might add, you had an attachment to her. That's another major problem there. It says here, it has been almost 8 months since the day of the breakup, and thankfully me and my son have a normal relation, and the custody is 50-50. And looking back, I cannot understand how I could ever love that W-H-O-R-E so much.
Be like that.
Well, again, a lot of guys watching this at one point were in love with a gal they appropriately would call W-H-O-R-E.
Yes.
We fall for it.
It's the sex,
but here's
bro.
the thing.
It's the
They're
sex.
also very good at covering up who they are.
That's
There's
true.
a lot of bait and switch situations out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you earned a lot of smacks from me, and you're going to earn the comments you're going to get in the comment section. But again, you were young, and a lot of guys, let's be honest, make these mistakes. Key is you don't make them again.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you can
We're not
forgive
divorced
yourself.
yet officially, because I told her I am not paying for something you wanted and you caused. In my country, it's like $2,000 just for the paper without a lawyer. Anyway, I haven't had any dates since then, and I really am not into the mood for any women at all. I can't blame you. Is there any moral to the story? Is to never ever count on someone changing who they are for you. They will not. Thank you, SSM, for reading this all, and if there's any updates from now, I'll send it to you right away. Well, bro, you better send it right away.
Yes, sir.
I want to hear about how you're continuing on your path of being on your own and getting your shit together, and her probably in a downward spiral, because a woman like that's going to be a downward spiral.
Exactly.
And
all the time.
For shits and giggles, her trying to get you back. And she's going to try to get you back. Because obviously counting on you to provide for her.
Exactly. Resources.
Because you were so obsessed with her and she walked all over you, she figures it's a sure thing. She's probably shocked that she hasn't been able to get you back quick enough. Not because she cares about you, but because she can use you.
Exactly.
So, bro, lots of mistakes, but you're only 23, 24 years old, give or take. You're a young guy. You made a lot of these mistakes when you were a young dude, didn't know any better. But now you know. And now it's half the battle. So therefore, you need to not do this shit again.
Exactly.
But I want you to really try to dig down deep as to why. Aside from her physical beauty and the sex, why did you have such an attachment to her? You gotta dig down deep. In your family life, if you're honest, did you grow up in a household where mom and dad weren't exactly very affectionate with you? Did you not get what you needed? And I'm not saying that in a critical, insulting kind of way. This is important because a lot of guys that didn't get that in their family life growing up pursue that, chase that when they become young adults and a future girlfriend. They're more into her loving them and nurturing them than actually like sex, which for young guys, they should be more at the sex than the nurturing.
Right.
And what happens is guys like that try too hard, as you did,
Yeah.
and make her out to be the end-all, be-all of your existence. And it is any wonder your girlfriend's wife treated you like shit, and that happens to other guys. The more you tried and gave to her, even though she's treating you like crap, the worse she treated you, and round you go. You should never have gotten a relationship with her, ever. She wasn't. I could tell instantly the way you described her. You know, if she was a hookup and you could keep yourself under control and wear protection, that would have been one thing. But relationship, no freaking way. And she knew she had the power from the get-go. And she's a rotten, evil person. And the second you saw signs of her, you know, at the gym texting some other dude, should have been done. End of story. But by you allowing that and letting it move on, think, oh, not that big a deal, that taught her everything. And it just collapsed from there. So, my man, you made a lot of mistakes, and I hope you learn from them. I hope that kid is yours. I don't know if you've tested him. I don't know if in your country it's legal to test him. I don't know what country you're in. But regardless, maybe at this point you say he's my son no matter what. Okay, you be a good father for your son. You know how you do that? You don't make the same fucking mistakes. You don't get back with mama. And I want you to watch my videos religiously and other good channels out there and figure out where you went wrong. Your girl should not be the end-all be-all. You should be. You should do what you want to do all the freaking time. You take charge. You be the leader and all that. Because if not, you're down the road going to get involved with another girl just like this. Guaranteed. Like clockwork. So you must be careful. The universe will test you. The universe, God, whoever you want to call it, Crom, the four winds, some higher being is going to test you. So be careful. So, man, good story. I appreciate it. It takes balls to write in here. Can't stress that enough. I know I smacked you a lot and yelled at you, but it's from a good place to help you. And your story will help others, I assure you. So, guys that are listening to this, learn. Don't be like this guy.
Right.
I don't care how, and I make the point of saying physically beautiful, not beautiful in general, physically beautiful she is, or how good the sex is. And remember, by the way, sex is a very small percentage of the time of a relationship. It really is. So if that's all you're banking it on, you're going to be disappointed, especially if she's got a whole lot of crazy. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And, guys, you got a good story to share, send it my way. strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com.
All right, y'all boys, I got to go. But, yeah, man, y'all boys like, comment, subscribe, bro. Right, yeah, man. I went through the same shit, bro. He telling the truth. He telling the truth, bro. Don't let yourself go down that hole. Female treat you like shit, cut her ass off, go get a new female. But especially if y'all 18, bro, for the young boys out there, for the young boys, the jits, bro. Y'all getting out of high school, y'all 18 years old, man. Focus on yourself, go get a trade, go get a job. You still staying with your mama, stack your bread, bro. Get your cash car. If you paying bills at the house, bro, stay your ass in the house. Go get your job, pay your bills, stack your bread. Focus on getting a trade. Go get your trade. Whatever you trying to do out here, bro, go do that. Like whatever your goals is, focus on that. Coochie gonna come. You ain't seen all the females in the world. You ain't been to all the cities in the world and states in the world. So let that shit go, bro. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. It's your boy CJ. I'm out, man. Peace.